Hello everyone, how you going, and welcome to Things Canadians Hate. Now it's kind of surprising to me that Canadians would hate anything considering they are such a lovely bunch, but I'm sure every country has their dark side, so let's see and delve into what Canada's is.
God keep our land. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Just enjoying the Canadian summer. Got my shorts on. You know, I really love Canada. From the mountain ranges to the moose, the goose, and all the cats. Although, there's some things about Canada that really step on my maple leaves. Oh look, a seagull!
Oh, here we go. Alrighty then. I'm feeling as though I'm going to have to bring every last little bit of Canadian knowledge I have to this party, because otherwise I feel as though too many things are going to go over my head. I mean, clearly I'm not Canadian, this is for Canadians, but by the same token I would kind of hope that they explain just a couple of these so the odd passerby can understand what Canadians really do hate. But hey, in saying that, maybe I do just have to take a backseat, let the entire thing just wash over me, because he's standing there in the summer, but he's got a long sleeve on with gloves and boots, but then like you said, he's shorts. And so clearly he is ready to party, but honestly, if people ask to be on his maple leaves, it's not going to be a very good party.
You know what I hate that my fellow Canadians will agree with me on? When you don't win, roll up the rim. Timmy Ho, you promised me 1 out of every 6 drinks I'd win a prize. So far I've bought over 100 coffees and I haven't won anything. Oh well.
Really?
Guess I'll try again like it says.
Wow.
Buy a double-double. Maybe some Timbits too. I like the chocolate ones. They're pretty tasty.
There we go, I'm just extracting all the little bit of knowledge that I have. Obviously, we've watched How to Be Canadian, and that was where I first learnt about the roll up the rim, is what he just called it. But hey, it's certainly a very cool thing that I've never seen in any other cup or country. I mean, it does sound like the odds are kind of stacked against you, considering he's bought over 100 and not won anything when it's a 1 in 6 chance. So someone is just either rolling at it or someone's just being dodgy. Whatever it is, I guess they just smooth the entire situation over by selling Timbits. And honestly, I've never heard of chocolate Timbits or a chocolate donut, so that's news to me as well.
You know what really ticks me off? When you don't heat up my poutine for long enough.
Oh.
I don't like having cold cheese curds in my mouth. Would it kill you to heat up my poutine for a little longer? But you know what? You tried your best. You know what else really chips my ice? When our American friends come up from the South and they tell me I say the word "eh" a lot. I tell them, no I don't. What are you talking about, eh? Oh well, I guess that's alright.
I mean, honestly, everyone has to have their own thing, and if Canada's is A, then hey, more power to them. They can just roll with it as much as they want. The Yanks can just go north and go, oh, what are you talking about? And meanwhile, the Canadians are just living their best life. You know, you don't have overcrowding, you've got free healthcare, you've got Timbits, for goodness sake. There are so many things that are going in their favor, especially just even the nature that's surrounding them. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to be Canadian? Maybe that's why they're going, oh, can you stop saying, hey, I'm jealous? And speaking of jealous, once again, we have come back to the cold poutine, and I guess that part in particular doesn't make me too jealous, but the entire meal I definitely want to try when it's nice and hot and steamy. I can only imagine just, I don't know, sitting outside the snow in an ice rink or something like that. Oh, that is absolutely where it's just made to be devoured in, I don't know, a minute or so. And so I can totally understand that if you don't have those cheese curds just steamingly, meltingly, whatever you want to call it, hot, then it's just not going to be a very fulfilling experience.
You know what else really knocks over my snowman? When I can't tell if it's a moose. Could be a moose, could be a deer though. You just don't know. Here's a trick for identifying a moose. Some of them will have antlers. Now that I think about it, some deer will too. Oh gosh,
hang on a second. What are we talking about there? Now I've got myself confused between what is a moose and what is a deer. I mean, I guess, yeah, they're definitely separate animals, but I was always assumed that a moose is way bigger than a deer. Moose and deer are members of the same family of animals, but the latter can come in many shapes and sizes. Okay, then the deer. Deer are swifter and smaller than moose, as I thought. Moose have very distinct features, including their snouts. Oh yeah, I can kind of see it in the photo here as well. Yeah, to be honest, I guess I've only ever seen an animated moose and not a real life moose, but I've definitely seen them animated correctly, and I can only imagine, look, they're as big as a horse. I mean, I guess deer can get pretty big as well. I was more so thinking of the small deer, like a Bambi kind of deer, not a big fella. Yeah, here we go, more like a deer than an elk or anything like that. And then moose is obviously just a one step literally above the rest of them, because it's kind of got horse legs in comparison to short legs. And so look, he didn't exactly say how far away you were trying to tell which is which, but honestly I feel as if you can't tell the two apart. I don't know if you're Canadian or even from this planet.
Now that I think about it, some deer will too. Oh gosh darn it, I got snow in my boots.
Oh no.
The socks are gonna get all wet. It's gonna be very difficult to walk. Get out of there, snow. You know what else really crushes my igloo? When my moose gets loose. It's very hard to find a moose.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Once again, we're dealing with Moose again. And I can't not touch the fact that he started off that entire sentence by saying, you know what else crushes my igloo? And all of them have been incredible. Like, you know what else smashes my snowman and every single other one that he's mentioned. But you know what else crushes my igloo? My moose escaping. That is the most Canadian sentence I've ever heard.
It really crushes my igloo when my moose gets loose.
My moose
It's very hard to
loose.
find a moose.
Well, actually, according to the last one, it doesn't even matter. You just grab any old deer off the side of the road and no one will be able to tell the difference.
I was on my computer the other day, just got internet hooked up in my cabin. Decided to go to a website called Hulu, watch some old Family Guy reruns. Who doesn't like Family Guy? Anyway, I'm on the website and it's telling me the videos aren't available in my region. But I live in Canada. Who doesn't like Canada? Why you gotta be all exclusive like that?
You know, you might be living within 50 or 100 kilometers of the USA border, but you really just aren't in the USA, and so they go, no, you're not allowed to watch our things. And maybe that is because they are too busy making fun of them, and they know not to make a Canadian angry, even though they are propped up with this, oh yes, a very friendly bunch of people. They know how quickly a Canadian can turn once they are mad. But honestly, I think that's just a little bit crazy, considering there are a whole bundle of people that live in Canada but live more south than the people in the USA. And so look, if it was me, I would just be tearing down that streaming border wall, no questions asked.
Oh Jesus, too late. Sorry, melted. Another thing I'm not too fond of. When I have too many loonies and toonies. I feel like a millionaire, but I only have $13. Had any more change, I'll be walking lopsided. The thing you have to know about Canadian change is it's very heavy. 20 kilos is about $3. My snow pants aren't made to carry around that much weight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fair
no, I got snow in my gloves too.
Oh no, it's suddenly becoming contagious and it's just spreading all over. Soon it's just going to be all up in his hair, but under his toque and everything like that. I mean, going back to the currency, I absolutely understand that, because if you have like, let's say $2.50 pieces in Australian currency, you're going to be walking with a stiff leg, like he said. And don't even get me started if you have more than $2.50 pieces, because I feel as though you're just going to need crutches to help propel yourself along so you don't fall over between steps. I mean, at least the Mint was smart enough not to just keep increasing the size of the coin. You know, they go 50. Oh, that's the size of a dinner plate, but let's just make the $1 the size of a, I don't know, a beach ball or something like that. No, they just then shrunk them down and changed the color. And so everybody knows that if you are going for peak efficiency, currency to weight kind of ratio, then you just need that $2 coin. Nothing else will do. Everything else are going to break your leg, and honestly, I guess that's what you get for having the world's second biggest coin.
Oh, no, I got snow in my gloves too. Oh no. Oh, and how about that Nickelback?
Nickelback? Where are they coming into this? We're talking about nickels and more currency now.
You know what else makes me look like a real hoser? When I run out of Molson's during the game. What makes matters worse is when I try and leave my house to get more beer, I find out I'm snowed in. How am I supposed to get out of my house if I'm snowed in?
Udumuhus. He barely pronounced any of the real syllables in that entire sentence right there. Udumuhus. But honestly, otherwise it does sound like a pretty serious problem. The fact that you might just look like a hoser just getting snowed in with no beer while watching the game, or at least attempting to. Honestly, everyone's just going to be going, oh, who is this person? Renounce their entire passport, renounce their entire visa. Everything's just got to go. And honestly, I think that is fair enough. If that person is not able to live up to the standards that are being set in Canada and they're just not doing their due diligence by the rest of the country, then honestly, they just shouldn't be there in the first place. I mean, maybe that's why you can never find a moose, because they are too busy dragging people out of the country back down south, or I guess maybe west if you want to go that far, but most preferably south.
How am I supposed to get out of my house if I'm snowed in?
Ridiculous.
Oh look, a moose. Oh, might
one.
even be a caribou. Oh, here's a story for you. I was going down across the border last weekend and I was actually held up. Told me they found a Kinder Surprise in the back of my pickup. Apparently they're illegal down there now because their children have been choking on them. How could you choke on such a delicious treat?
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
I think I'll have one right now.
Oh.
Ooh, that looks like a fun
Wow.
toy. That goes
What is
here,
it?
this goes there. Ooh, I wonder where this goes.
What is it? Hang on a second.
that's where it goes.
What? What does it mean that's where it goes? I don't even think I want to know what he means by that, but honestly, I didn't know that they were obtainable in the North America in general. I thought they were just banned outright, but I guess it's just the USA, but Canada, you can still grey market import them into the USA. I mean, judging by the fact that 1 minute he's standing there unwrapping it, enjoying it, going, oh yeah, this is awesome, and the next minute he's literally just standing, or I guess lying on the floor. I don't think they're fit for North American consumption in general, or at least kind of like Europe and America with the drinking age, just have to raise it way higher, you know, know, in Europe and Australia and everyone, Kinder Surprises are made for kids, but I think in the North America that it just has to be pushed up to at least 40. I mean, either way, it was nice to see that Canada might actually hate something. I mean, none of these were particularly outrageous, you know, some of them with a little bit of snow in the glove and the boot and a moose from a distance where you can't tell if it's a deer or not. I mean, clearly just tackling the big issues, and honestly, I can't blame them considering they still have Kinder Surprises, and like I said, they're just such a friendly bunch, they really can't have much to hate. And so when the bar is so high to begin with, everything else just cruises underneath, nothing worries them, nothing phases them, they get a little bit of snow in their boot or their shoe, and they just go, oh well, I guess I'm just snowed in for the rest of the week, I'll just have to make do with my 24-pack of Molsons. Just lounging around, watching some ice hockey on repeat, maybe some This Hour Is 22 Minutes, or maybe just generally praising the beaver, whatever it may be, they got plenty to do, nothing to hate, and honestly, I can't blame them. And look, even though I would feel fairly confident in saying that some of this might just be a little bit exaggerated, and I guess other parts just completely fictional, I also feel as though there is an element of truth in some of these stories, like getting snow in your boots and your gloves, and the moose just not being able to tell whatever it may be. And so I would love to know, what else do they miss it? What else do Canadians truly hate? Because there can't be too much, but maybe the Nanaimo bars weren't made right, maybe a local ice rink just isn't an ice rink during the summertime and it turns into a bit of a pond so you can't play hockey on it, or who knows, maybe you're just sick and tired of being called American and you live on the board and you just go, no, that is not me, it's not who I am. Whatever it is, I'm sure that the entire issue can be resolved very promptly because they're just going to be so friendly about it. But anyway, in saying that, I reckon I'm going to call it there, so thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, feel free to do the YouTube algorithm things down below. Also, if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, then make sure to go check out any other ones I've done. Also, make sure to go check out the original video down in the description below, or hey, maybe even just want to consider subscribing so that you don't miss another one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.